Hi there. So today I was going to talk a little bit about the onset of notes. And the onset of a note is basically when your vocal cords start vibrating. Nothing really amazing about that. Think of it, let's take the simplest case of vowels. So think of it as your diaphragm is where the air starts moving from. That's where the pressure starts. And then think of it as here in your vocal cords where the pressure sort of releases into something. If you're going to do a vowel, if you're going to do an A, for example, or A, or however you want to say it, what you're getting is a sort of a slow acceleration of the vibration of the vocal cords here. So it kind of, I'll exaggerate it. And I'm going into a vibrato because that's naturally how I release the tension. But you could, if that's not where you're at the moment, or you don't like that, you can do and you can do a flat note. That's the simplest case, and obviously the same works for or and oo and all the other vowels and that sort of thing. Gets a bit more interesting when you start trying something like a t. So if you're going to do a t, you'll find that the pressure builds up between your diaphragm again and your, basically your tongue here. So you'll sort of t, and that release of pressure, that air then starts in the vocal cords. And what that means is that you've got more pressure before you start. So it's easier to start with a bigger note, like a louder note effectively. So doo, doo. And in fact, it makes me more naturally go into vibrato because vibrato is what releases tension in the vocal cords when the air's coming through it quickly. So doo, doo. That's easier to start off with a louder note than oh. It's just that you need to kind of accelerate and build up to something big and operatic if you're going to do that. So that's where you get with the t's, but there's other consonants. There's b, and you'll find with b the tension works here in your bocca if you're Italian, right in your mouth where your lips are, and it gets a little bit fun when you start doing z, because a z if you're American, it's like half a consonant and half a vowel almost, because z, it's like you semi-release the pressure already, but not completely. So you start off with some pressure in your vocal cords, and you're actually making z, you're actually moving your vocal cords already before you start. Yeah, I hope that gives you some fun things to play around with. It's kind of a case of if you're listening back to a recording of what you've done at some point, and you think, that doesn't sound right, try another one of these variations. Like, I mean, you can change the syllable on which you start singing something, so it becomes a vowel rather than a consonant, perhaps. Or the other thing you can do is you can start to actually play with these onsets of notes and play with the fact that you know that you're going to be able to do a louder note when you've got a t or a b or something like that right from the onset, whereas these vowels just accept that you're going to have to build them up a little bit, and that can save you a lot of trouble and get you out of some binds sometimes, I find. See you next time.